why is it such a huge deal? Because people think, well, I'm just going to go down to the supplement store and get some, some vitamins and minerals and whatever. Not in the same zip code. Am I correct? Is this a major breakthrough?
Of course, yes, it's an absolutely major breakthrough. It wouldn't be published in the journals, the peer-reviewed, world-leading journals that it is if it wasn't. And so, yeah, there's a big difference in the quality of the vitamins, much like there is a big difference in the quality of the macronutrients, the carbohydrates, fats, and proteins that we consume on a regular basis. There's a wide continuum. And so much like synthetic vitamins are on one end of the spectrum, the whole naturally sources of these vitamins and minerals are of much higher quality and absorption rate for the body. We know that when you introduce a synthetically made vitamin into the body, yes, it has a very similar structure to the naturally occurring, but they're slightly different. And in some cases, because of the slight structure difference, it functions different in the body. There's a saying in biochemistry, structure determines function. And so while these things look like they're the same structure, they're not. These synthetically derived vitamins have a slightly different structure, which means when they enter into the body, they result in a slightly different function. And in almost every case, that slightly different function for some people can be disastrous for their health.
Wasn't it the MTHFR?
Yeah, the MTHFR, the
explain that.
MTHFR.
Why the synthetic vitamin reacts with that, where these natural, I mean, apparently this natural vitamin, this is revolutionary. I mean, it's not like you can find this naturally sourced vitamin. I mean, this is amazing. This took, I think, a few years for them to figure this out, right? Because one of the things with synthetic vitamins, again, is shelf life. Is that not correct?
Yes.
And the problem with a naturally sourced vitamin was they didn't have very long shelf life. Will they solve that? Well, you explain it to me. I want to learn. I'm the student here. You're the teacher.
Yeah. So what ends up happening is much like it is with highly processed, refined foods. We've developed synthetic means to help preserve. Right. There's preservatives that you can incorporate into these highly processed foods that allow them to have shelf lives of years at a time. We've seen examples of foods and drinks that have survived lifespans that are just very unnatural. And it's the same thing with these vitamins. The reason why they have made these synthetic vitamins is to provide them a longer shelf life and stability as they are incorporated synthetically into these highly processed foods. So that's been the standard. That's been the standard for incorporating vitamins and minerals into foods, is to provide these synthetically made vitamins to enhance the stability and the shelf life of the food, thinking that this would be better, in order to, produce the food and put it out into market. But we now know the consequences of this, that the body doesn't respond nearly as well. It's not absorbed at the same level. It's not nearly as healthy as the naturally occurring. So the issue with the naturally occurring vitamins up until this point derived from whole food sources is, first of all, we couldn't concentrate them in the levels that we could concentrate into a synthetic vitamin. So for the same size capsule or tablet of a vitamin that somebody would take that was made out of synthetic vitamins and minerals, you would need a gargantuan, pill size to use if you were extracting the natural forms of those vitamins. So that's number one. Just the sheer volume of what you would have to consume was just it was not capable of being consumed by people. So then they mastered the ability to concentrate these vitamins in much greater concentrations through various nanotechnologies and microencapsulation technologies to allow the extraction to occur greater, so that now you could have a more condensed version of these whole food sources. And so we've had great advancements in that area. However, one of the problems with those early forms of those naturally occurring vitamins is their shelf life. It was very, very low because you didn't have any protective covering. You didn't have any other encapsulation around the concentrated forms of those whole vitamins and minerals. Now they've developed a technology to actually extract out of the whole food the vitamins and minerals in a process or a form called vitamers, which is the actual concentration of these vitamins within the whole food source, and then microencapsulate them so that you could ensure stability and shelf life. And that's the place where we are right now. It's a very advanced technology. It's the new frontier of vitamins and minerals right now, and it's being incorporated, and we just happen to have it available to us in what we used in some of our studies. So the results that we found that were amazing in both, as you said, the blood, stool samples, because we measured microbiome analysis, were unmatched. They were unparalleled in terms of what we had discovered previously.